Welcome back. Another live trade case study for you. In my previous live trade case study, you saw that I traded this entire move up. Okay. If you haven't seen that, make sure you do go watch that. We traded this entire move up, not all the way up to there. The target was 3140. So that was just around there. Okay. And it obviously moved a lot higher. And that's okay. I mean, we banked plenty of profits on that move up yesterday inside of VIP. Now VIP is trading this to the downside. You can see these are the open profits on this live trade case study. Entry was around there, and you can see the take profit level is going to be under that low there. Okay, and that's what we do in VIP. We identify these incredible setups, and that's how my students learn. That's what I teach them, how to capture at least 100 pips per day, if not per session. And then every week, we also try and find the bigger move that allows us to capitalize a few hundred pips, okay, making it an amazing week almost every single week. And that's what we do inside of VIP, okay? Now, let me just show you the actual setup, right? So that was the setup, okay? So I entered a little bit early, but essentially you can see that the trade was based on these fair value gaps, okay? Fairly straightforward trade, okay? Essentially, the market is inside of that fair value gap when we entered, okay? So long as that held, the trade was valid. So if I go back and show you the actual setup, okay, you can see that the stop level is above that fair value gap, okay? So a little bit drawdown, but nothing in comparison to where the TP is, and the market is almost at TP, okay? Now, I've already taken partials on my position at big figure 3120, okay, which is basically under this swing low, where I can see the market's popped down, right? You don't see that here on the TradingView because I haven't done that here on this TradingView, right? Because I do expect this TP to be hit, but I'll show you on my own account. I had a 5 lot on from 3150. You can see the details at the top there. Okay, that's the entry. That's where the partials are taken. Okay, basically under that swing low at big figure 3120, over $24,000 on that move down, and that's just partials. Okay, that's just partials. I've got some remaining to take off at these lows here. Okay, so that's what we do, as I said, in VIP, and I encourage you to join VIP so that you can also learn how we identify these setups. We traded this on the upside. We're now trading this on the downside. Okay, and you want to be part of a group where we do it every day, every session. Okay, so the link to join VIP is in the description of this video below. I invite you to join. Okay, you saw in my live trade video that I posted previously, which showed you this entire trade movement up, and now we're trading this all the way back down. Okay, so another amazing week inside of the VIP community. I invite you to join. The link is in the description of this video. I look forward to working with you on the inside. Well, folks, this is why you need to join the VIP community, because this is what you're missing out on. And I want to help all of you. I want all of you to learn exactly how to do this. This is another live trade case study that I spoke about, okay? And this is not market replay, okay? You can see the timer on the candles moving. The sell and buy buttons are there, okay? This is where the entry is on this trade. It's still running. You can see the live P&L, okay? And it's about to hit TP, and this is really where I should take this off, because this is the let me see if I can draw a line there. This is the previous daily low. That is really where I should be taking this off. Okay, so I'm going to close this out, and on my trade account, my actual trading account, this was a much bigger size, and I already showed you that I had taken partials earlier, and I'm going to be closing this one out now so that I can render this video. So let's close this out. Okay, let's give it a couple more minutes. How long? We've still got about 11 minutes to go for the current 15-minute candle to close. So I'll give it a bit more time because there is this low here that we should get through. Okay, so let's just give it a couple more minutes. But I already showed you a previous trade video, live trade video, where we took all this move up, right? Starting from, where did we enter this? It was somewhere in the New York session. Okay. 8. Well, I was long from lower anyway, but anyway, you can go look at that video, or the full, we took this entire move up, right? Up to 3140 was the target for that. And that was a signal provided to the VIP. This trade also was a signal provided to VIP in advance, right? This move up had not even completed, and I had provided them the guidance to enter this long, okay? And I then said, look for short, okay? Down to exactly where we are right now, down to 3100, okay? So this is why you've got to join the VIP community, right? And this is why it's priced at its current level, because of its value. We do this every day, okay? This particular move from 3150 was the entry, down to where we are. That's 500 pips, right? 500 pips. And then we caught this as well And this is not our only trade this week. We've been trading since Monday. Okay. So, this is why I invite you to join my VIP community so that I can teach you this. And, it's a premium service, right? It's a premium level of education that I offer. And that's why it's priced at that premium, because of the value, and not just of the value in what I provide, but because of my time. I value my time. Let me just take off my partials on my other commercial account. I want to close it out there as well. Okay, so you can see it's hit TP, and that was an amazing trade. And we find one of these probably once, not a big one like this once a week, the big one like this maybe once a fortnight, okay? But at least a good solid 200-300 pip trade every week, okay? Now that obviously doesn't happen every single week, but most weeks we do find it, but it doesn't matter because every day we're finding opportunities where we can lock in at least 100 pips. Now that's sometimes per session, okay? But the way that I structure the things that I do inside of my VIP community is that we're able to find those high probability setups where we're able to lock in almost 100 pips every single day, okay? And I've had a student recently, my very first student, who has had his first $10,000 day. How amazing is that? How incredibly amazing is that? Let me show you, because that's very exciting. So right there, look at that. How cool is that? My very first student who has hit a $10,000 day. I thought it was just me, right? Making numbers like that. So I'm very proud of my student here. He's been with me from day one, and he's put a lot of effort in, and he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it based on the effort that he has put into his learning, okay? So I gave you a live trade execution video for trades that VIP were in yesterday. We took this move up, okay? And this is now another live trade execution video where we've taken this move down, okay? So I've now taken partials as well, okay? More partials. I showed you partials that I'd taken earlier. That was around $20,000 because I took off some partials here at the big figure, 31.20. And now let me show you my current partials that I've now taken. Okay, so there is now my next partial that I've taken, and that's because we've now just come into a very key liquidity pool, basically a discount, right? Because that there is the previous daily low. Okay, so far I've shown you partials that I've taken at 3120. That was also around $25,000 on this single trade on the way down, right? On the way down from 3150, which is where I've shorted from. Okay, took partials there, and now I've taken partials here, and I've still got positions on, okay, because I expect more downside on this trade. But for the purposes of this live trade case study, it's closed out now, okay? The live trade case study is closed out, but on my account, I've still got positions on, okay? And so the first partial I took here, I showed you already at 3120. You can see it's $24,000. Now, I'll just show you that on the way, I'll provide guidance to my students. So here I've said, think about taking some partials, right, at a key level. And I already told them previously that make sure to take partials at previous daily low, which is where I've taken partials here, right? Okay, so you can see from this one was from 3152, I've added all the way down to 310, right? That's 500 pips. Isn't that incredible? Okay, and my previous one that I had was from 3150 to 3120. Okay, 300 pips, right? So these are not small movements that I'll provide inside of the VIP community. Okay, that's why my education program is priced at that premium pricing. Even that is peanuts for the value that I'm providing to my members every single day. Okay, so the link to join the VIP program is in the description of this video, and I invite you to join. Okay, and join now, because right now the price of membership for new members is $497 per month. Okay, and you can see it's tiny, right, in comparison to the value that you receive. It's not just about the setups. There's videos and lessons and daily bias and guidance and things that I teach that the members learn how to do this. How to find the bias, how to identify high probability setups so they can do it on their own. And I've got lots of members doing it on their own, and a ton of them have their funded accounts now. Okay, so that's why you've got to join. And I invite you to join now, because later this month, towards the end of this month of April, I'm going to be raising the price to $897 per month. And even that's going to be peanuts for the value that I provide in my community. Okay, so the link to join is in the description of this video, and I encourage you and invite you to join while you still can at this current price, because the price will be increasing for new members later in this month of April. Okay, hope that video is useful. Go and check this out on your own charts. Okay, you can see that we've had nice displacement down, back up into premium PDRA. Okay, this is all happening at very key times inside of Asia. This is Asia, 8 p.m. Okay, and this is the 9:30, 9:45 candle. Okay, and this is 10 p.m. Right, very, very key time that we have taken this short from these highs all the way down, 500 pips. Right, from 3150 all the way down to 3100. Absolutely incredible. You've got to join. Okay, you've got to do whatever you can to join so that you can learn this stuff. Okay. Now, let me show you the guidance that I provided to members of the VIP group on that particular day. Okay, so we're talking about this day here, right, on this movement up. So if you look at the guidance, I said that we're going to be hitting 3140. Okay, and then I'm looking for the market to reprice lower, and I have provided specific levels to watch for, right? 3100, 3090, and 3080. Okay, and this is all before the market even reached the TP of 3140. 3140 came from this fair value gap, right? So we're trading here on this particular day, okay? And the target that I had provided students for the long trade, right? This long trade was 3140. Okay, now it doesn't matter that we went higher, that's okay. And then I've given them the following trade down, okay? So I've said we're going to hit 3140, okay? And then we're going to move down, and I've given them specific levels to watch for on the move down. So now you can see that we've moved down nicely, all right? So we've taken the targets here at 3140. Let me just put a line there. So that was inside of that fair value gap. You can see that 3140, that's where that came from. Okay, now you can see on the way down, okay, where I've shown you our short on that live trade in the video. We have taken this all the way down. So you can see 3100. Okay, that's been hit. Obviously 3090 has been hit, and 3080 has been hit as well. And I've shown you that I've taken partials along the way. In the actual live trade that I did, that I've shown you here in this video on this platform on TradingView, okay, I just took it down to 3100, I think it was. And as I mentioned, I had additional positions on my own account, so I'm going to show you those. Okay, so here as it's trading down, I've taken, as I said previously, partials at 3120. Okay, so I've shown you that already. And then I've taken partials at the previous daily low. Okay, so this is still before the 3100 target has been hit. Okay, so you can see hefty profits along the way. Okay, and you can see students are also following along, 500 pips. Okay, you can see then I've taken more partials at the numbers I've provided, 3090. Okay, so you can see these are big numbers, right, for me on my account. And students are also benefiting from the knowledge that they are learning as well. Okay, so every target that's mentioned here on the way up, okay, and on the way down. So if I go back and I'll show you, on the way up we were targeting 3140. Okay, so on the way up here, 3140, we got that, right, inside that fair value gap. And then on the way down, all the way down to 3080, right, as I've shown you, we've taken that all the way down. Okay, and you can see students are also learning and benefiting, right? 500 pips on the way down. Amazing. This has been the student's best trade since they started. Okay, there's another student who took 1,000 pips on the way down. Can you believe that? 1,000 pips. Okay, so you can see 300 pips, 500 pips, 850 pips. Okay, this is what we do inside of VIP. Okay, and you know, that's why the membership fee of $4.97 per month is absolutely peanuts, right? Students are banking 10x and even more, right, of that subscription fee. Okay, so just imagine 500 pips, 1,000 pips. You know, you need to work it out what a one lot would mean with that kind of movement, what a half a lot would mean with that kind of movement. Okay, so the subscription fee to join VIP is peanuts. Okay, because these are not, I mean, this is a massive move down. Okay, on the way down, but we are capitalizing on movements throughout the week. Right, this is not our only trade here, right, on this move up or that move down. We've capitalized all these movements, right, on Monday, on Tuesday, on all the different days, and we're able to lock in 100 plus pips every single day. We do it almost every session, we do it almost every day, and then we look for the bigger movements at certain key times as well. Okay, so you've got to do what you can to join the VIP community, because this is where it's at. Okay, the results are there, right? I'll show you my results, I'll show you the results of my students, I'll show you trades done recording my screen live, okay, so that you know that what I'm saying is real. Okay, so I know for some of you, you're not able to afford the membership fee, and that's fine. Okay, as I said previously, for you, there's my YouTube channel. Continue learning from my YouTube channel. Okay, and join when you can. But this is where it's at. Okay, the return on the investment that you make in yourself to learn this stuff is going to pay back in multiples, and you can see here students are achieving incredible results. Okay, so as I said again, I invite you to join the VIP community. The link to join is in the description below this video. Right now, the fee for new members is $4.97 per month. Okay, and it's priced significantly low in comparison to the value provided. And I will be increasing that fee to $8.97 per month for new members at the end of this month. Okay, so you need to act now, because I reward those who take action fast. Hope the video is useful. I want to talk with you in a future video.